Hello everyone, Kryptonite here and welcome back to another DINKUM video. So you've clicked on this video because you're wondering what the best method is to make money in DINKUM. If you watch this video all the way to the end, I can assure you I would have answered your question. And if you do make it all the way to the end of the video, I've got a little bonus tip for you. So in this video I'm going to go through 4 different methods of making money in DINKUM. Now to start off, we're going to go over bug catching, as at the very start of the game all you have access to is a net which allows you to catch bugs, and as we know we can sell pretty much anything at the store, so we'll start with this one. So I went round the map for about 15 minutes with the net catching loads of bugs until my inventory was full. Now as I said, this took me about 15 minutes or so. Then once my inventory was full, I went over to John at the store and I sold all my bugs, and as you can see I got roughly about 16,000 dinks for all of those bugs. Now you're probably thinking that isn't a lot of dinks, and yes, you are right, but it is ideal at the very start of the game because not only do you get a nice chunk of dinks to be able to buy tools, you would have gained a lot of experience points for that skill, and therefore you would have gained a lot of license points as well. In fact, you should have enough points to unlock the fishing license, which will allow you to head over to John in the store and purchase the fishing rod. Now on that note, fishing is the next form of making money, so I did some more testing in regards to fishing. So I headed over to the river in search of some fish, and I did the same process again. I filled my inventory as much as I could with fish. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to fill my inventory completely because compared to bug catching, fishing takes quite a bit longer. I was literally fishing all day and I caught as many fish as I possibly could in that time frame. After that, I headed over to John, and selling all of my fish netted me around about 33,000 dinks. Is over double what I got for the bugs. It did take considerably more time to fish, so it all depends on how much time you want to spend fishing. Now later on in the game, when you get access to better rods and different areas where you can catch better fish, it might actually be worthwhile to fish. But I will leave that down to you lot to do some experiments with, so feel free to leave any findings down in the comments down below. I'll be sure to have a look at them. So hopefully after a lot of bug catching and fishing, you will have enough license points to unlock the hunting license. Once you unlock the hunting license, you can craft the spear and go hunting. So next I did some testing on the hunting because you can also sell meat, as well as the eating the meat for health and energy. You can also sell it as well for a profit. Now unfortunately I wasn't able to fill my inventory with the meat, as meat is stackable. So to make it a fair comparison, I was hunting for around about 10-15 minutes and gathered as much meat as I could. Now I do highly recommend when selling meat is to take the extra time it takes to cook the meat first, as cooked meat is worth just under 50% more than uncooked meat. So I do highly recommend taking that little bit of extra time it takes just to sell your meat cooked rather than uncooked. But once I'd cooked all my meat and I took it over to John at the general store, I sold all the meat I collected for a profit of around about 23,000 dinks, which so far that has to be the most profitable way of making money in the shortest period of time. Obviously it's double what we got for the bug catching, although it is less than we got for the fishing, it takes considerably less time. Now a little bit later in the game, once you have unlocked the required license, you are able to go into John at the store and buy the metal detector. Now this for me, I found after all of my testing, is by far the best way to make money on DINKUM. It is the most profitable and it takes the least amount of time. You can also find some goodies when you are metal detecting as well, which will lead me on to a bonus tip I have at the very end of the video. So as with food, some of the items you find metal detecting do stack. So again, for a fair comparison, I took about 10 to 15 minutes and gathered as many resources as I could. Now while metal detecting, you might just find loose items that are buried, but sometimes you can find barrels buried in the ground. Now barrels will hold roughly around about 3 items per barrel, so they are definitely worth finding if you can. Now on the very rare occasion you can hit the jackpot and you can find a nice ember stone here. You can sell them for massive profit. The one that I found, I sold for around 50,000 dinks. So after about 10 to 15 minutes of metal detecting, I went back over to John at the general store and I sold all the bits I found for around about 55,000. So as you can see, in that small time of 10 to 15 minutes, I made far more profit than any other methods that that I tested. Now as you can see here, I have purposely not sold the shiny discs, the old keys and the tin sheets. Now I highly recommend not selling the old keys and the shiny discs. The reason being is the old keys can be used in the mines when you get a bit further into the game, and they will unlock a door which holds very rare treasures. The shiny discs can be used in conjunction with an NPC during your playthrough, and they are worth a little bit more to him than they are to John. I won't say any more on that subject because I don't want to ruin any spoilers for you, so I'll leave that one for you guys to figure out. And now for the massive bonus tip. I'm sure you're thinking, but why Kryptonite? Why have you kept the tin sheets? They're just tin sheets. But that's because tin sheets can be smelted back to their original source, which is a tin bar. Now as you can see, when I sell one single tin sheet to John, it is worth 275 dinks. Now iron bars you can either sell if you really want to, but I do recommend keeping them as you'll be using them quite a lot for crafting recipes. So as you might or might not know, when you are mining tin ores, it takes 5 tin ores to smelt into 1 tin bar. But as you can see here, 1 tin sheet smelts into 1 tin bar. But going back to the money side of things, if I go back to John with the tin bar and I sell it, it is worth 500, so it's worth more than just a tin sheet. So the time it takes to smelt it back into a tin bar is 100% totally worth it. So there we are everyone, there is all your money making tips in DINKUM. So if you liked the video and found it helpful, make sure you smash that like button, and if you did find any of these helpful, make sure you leave a comment down below, or if there's any other help you need within DINKUM, drop a comment down below as well, and I will try my best to help you all out. And just before we go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any more videos. Thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next one.